really think that music and art is important, and we thought it was a shame that we have this beautiful old house with this beautiful room that just sits empty most evenings. So we are trying to bring those two things together and create an opportunity for some music and art. So you are here tonight for music, but I want to draw your attention to the art that's on the walls. We have 3 artists that are being featured right now. Every 2 months it changes to different artists, so that's a great reason to come back to Little Brick at very minimum once every 2 months to check out which new art is on the walls, and also available for sale, and QR codes that you can follow these artists and see what else they're doing. We also are going to have artists every Thursday in the summer painting outside, and so you can come and see them do their work and drink your coffee and watch them paint. And then we do River Valley Sound the 3rd Wednesday of every month, so music available also. So we'll hope you'll join us again. We're thrilled that you are here. We also really hope that you will come back and join us for brunch. So as you leave today, we're going to give you a 20% off coupon for brunch so that you can come back during the day sometime, in the sunshine, hopefully. So huge thank you to Paul from Prairie Sound Alliance for helping us put this together. Paul knows who's who in the zoo, and so helps us connect our beautiful space to somebody that can fill it with beautiful sound. So we'll pass it off to Paul to tell you what you're going to be listening to.
Awesome. Well, good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you taking the time out to support local music and to support a local venue. We're so grateful to Little Brick for partnering with us to make this series happen. It's wonderful to be able to have spaces like this, to be able to have local artists be able to share, especially in this format. Yeah, it's a really special evening that we're going to have. If you haven't been to River Valley Sound before, I'll let you know kind of how tonight's going to go. So we're going to have about a 40-45 minute set to begin with here right away, and we'll have a little break so you can go and grab another snack, freshen up your drinks, and have a potty break if you want. And then we're going to come back and have an interview where I'm going to chat with Von Bieker for a little bit and just get to know him on a personal level, because it's not something that we often do. We hear lyrics and we come to shows and we hear anecdotes between songs, but we don't sit down in a living room like this one and have a conversation with these artists like they're friends. And a lot of them are my friends, but we get to all become friends tonight, and that's something that I'm really excited about. So to that end, while we're on our break, if you have any questions that you'd like to ask Von Bieker, come and find me and ask me, and then we can weave those questions into our question period. And then after that, we'll end with a few songs to kind of cap the night off. So it's going to be just a lovely time. We'll get you home at a reasonable time. It's Wednesday, so we don't want to keep anybody out too late. Just really grateful to be able to have Von Bieker here. Like I said, often when we are introducing musicians at times like this, they are friends, but Dave and I go back a ways, and so it's a real treat to be able to do this with him. He's got just a huge heart that comes through in his music, but his heart is for community and for people. His creative spirit comes through in the words that he writes, and his heart for the world that he loves and the people that he loves in it. It's so evident, and he's such a poet and just such an artist in the way that he crafts and the way that he connects through his music and in his performances. It's like a true friend and a real human being that you're engaging with, and we're going to get to see that side of him in spades tonight. So would you please join me in welcoming Von Bieker.
Got a touch ID. Sorry. Stop, there we go. My iPad wasn't remembering my fingerprint. How's everybody doing? Get a little bit of sunshine even? Just a little bit, but I'll take it. I had anybody get like pretty emotionally connected to the weather in here? Yeah, I had a meeting today and I like kind of half canceled it because of the weather. I was like, I just can't leave my house today in the rain. I don't want to walk in the rain. And I felt like I was gonna melt. I was made out of sugar, but that's okay.
Well, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. This is such a beautiful space. So thanks to Little Brick for having us. I'll give one more applause for Jenny and here. It is a beautiful space, but there are so many beautiful spaces in the city that do not open themselves up to things like this. So really appreciate that. I'm going to play some songs that I don't play very often because I've been playing a lot with other people in the group and with my band, and not a lot of shows recently where I just get to play solo and kind of have this level of interaction with you guys, and so I'm looking forward to that. And I'm going to play a couple of like brand new songs that I've never played anywhere. So I have my iPad here, and because I should have a fancy little thing to hold it here, but I don't. That's all you need to know. And so it's gonna get janky at some level. I'm gonna be trying to read with my poor vision with my contacts in, but it'll all work out. You'll get a new song out of the deal. So I'm gonna start with some songs that I know before I butcher some songs that I don't know. We'll gain a rapport, and then you've got some grace for me, okay? If I walk out into the sea, will the waves carry me? Or let me sink, let me down? Will I survive, or will I drown? All that you expect, it hasn't happened yet. Everything could change, everything could change. Nothing stays the same, everything will change. It always does. The night's so dark, an ocean of stars, and I'm floating along to wherever you are, light years above. At the bottom of the sea, there's a cold luminescence enfolding, holding me. And all that you expect hasn't happened yet. Everything can change, everything must change. Nothing stays the same, everything will change. It always does. Oh, it always does. Oh, it always does. Oh, it always does. Oh, it always does. This guy gets some leg room. I didn't know if I was going to sit or stand, but I never sit, so I'm going to stand. Blind man makes a good beer, eh? Yeah. It's a blind man. I work at a rival brewery. Well, there's no such thing. You know what? There's not really rival breweries. They're all very loving. They all help each other out. So it's a great community. That's probably why I work there. Oh, Paul. Paul, can you do me a favor?
Yep.
Can you go into the top pocket of my case and grab my capo for me? That's going to be important in a moment. Thank you.
Which brewery?
You know what pocket I'm talking about, Paul?
I'll figure it.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Ben's stick.
Oh,
Work at Ben's stick.
Yeah, that's.
So I do have a story to tell you about this song anyway, so we've got time. Has anybody been to Coney Island in New York City? Oh, this is a very high ratio. This is good. Usually I ask that question and maybe it's one people, but there's more people, so the percentage is smaller. This is a very good ratio. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, there's a story.
You Okay. Okay, I want to hear your part of the story, please. Maybe I have to talk less.
Dana wanted to go. We were down in Brooklyn. Dana wanted to go to Coney Island, so we hopped in the subway, made it out there, an adventure, and it was all closed down. There's nothing happening. It was dark. It was a ghost town. It was
Serious
scary.
murder vibes?
Yeah. Like what time of day was this?
Oh, it was like 10 at night.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had Nathan's famous hot dog, it was great.
Oh, you did have one.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did.
Did we?
We did. I know, it was the only thing that was open.
Blocked it out. Just blocked it out.
Yeah.
So we've been to Coney Island.
Experience.
My family is so cheap that we got to Coney Island and like, it's like Nathan's famous original hot dogs, like the most famous hot dog in the world. And it was like $8 for one hot dog. And we're like, we're not paying $8 for a hot dog. And then we just went and bought food from a vendor like around the corner. And I regret it to this day. It was the wrong choice. It was the wrong choice. You made the right choice. So I really wanted to go to Coney Island as well. It is a very strange place. It's kind of it's the home to like one of the oldest surviving freak shows in the world, and a 100-year-old wooden roller coaster, which I didn't ride because it's a 100-year-old wooden roller coaster. We did ride the big wheel though, which was terrifying and fantastic. So I wanted to take my family to Coney Island. They thought this was a little weird. I get you, okay? And we rode that subway, but when we rode it, it was a Sunday morning. It actually happened to be Easter Sunday, and it was very, very kind of like earlier today, very kind of gray and not a sunny day, not a sun ray in sight. And so we ended up at Coney Island, got off the subway and found this little building. It's kind of this square building all covered in glass on the outside, and that's where they have the Coney Island Sideshow by the seashore. And I saw things there, man. We saw things there. It was quite the thing, quite the show. They kind of corral you into this room, and you go into a theater it's not that big. It's probably, I want to say like the seating area is like twice the size of this room, so it probably seats maybe 100 people. It's just a black box theater. They don't really give you any instructions or anything of what's going to happen. They just kind of take you just kind of go in this theater and sit down. And eventually the lights turn off and a spotlight comes up and someone comes on the stage. And I think the first person that was on the stage was like laying down on a bed of nails or something. But there was no introduction. Like we had lovely introductions today. We didn't get any of that. There was just, here's the show, and kind of person after person, that person would leave and someone else would come and he would bang a big nail into his nose. It was amazing. He banged a big nail, like it stuck out of his nose about this far. And then he had one of those like electric balls that, you touch and like all the electricity goes to your fingers. He had one of those, and then it like shot electricity through the air into the nail in his nose. It was amazing. It was amazing. And then eventually the woman came back and started laying on the bed of nails again. And then we were like, oh, I guess this show's over. I guess it started over, because it just runs on a loop all day for 12 hours. There's no break. They just loop through it all day. And so when the people aren't on the stage doing their performance, they're outside at the freak bar. That's what they call it, the freak bar. And this is where all the performers go and hang out. And it was actually this really beautiful like community of kind of like weirdos that don't probably fit in a lot of places in the world, but they all fit in here. And I thought there was something beautiful about that. And then I read this little plaque. There was a little framed news article. And in that article, I learned that when Hurricane Sandy came through in 2012, I believe, it kind of washed all up over Coney Island because it's right on the shore, and it destroyed a bunch of stuff, including all the kind of memorabilia and stuff. A lot of the memorabilia and stuff that the freak show had been gathering over decades and decades. So it took them years to kind of reopen, and when they reopened, the owner, who I'm sure is a little bit crazy, he painted waves on all the windows on the outside of the building at 5 feet, because that's how much water was in there. It was 5 feet full of water. And I thought that was all so great that I had to go home and write a song about it. So I remember just going home and writing a bunch of notes. I didn't have a guitar with me or anything. We were on vacation. So I just wrote like a bunch of notes on my phone, like just one-line things of all the crazy stuff I'd seen, so that when I got back home, it could become this incredible song that you're about to hear. Actually became a whole EP, 2 songs of which are mine. So I'm going to play you both of those back to back. This one is called Coney Island, and I'll kind of introduce you into some of what I saw. She swallowed swords, dressed like a fever dream. Old Blackwood stage, 10 feet in front of me. I watched the world slip away, a pale reflection in a blade. She drew in flames, gasoline across her arms, tongue to the torches, yet she remained unharmed. Yeah, I saw a flicker of real life dance across her eyes in the stage light. And the waves crash over Coney Island, so fast and so violent, they washed away. Oh, they washed away. You said that we could ask you anything, and you would not lie. You'd answer everything. Well, I kept my questions to myself. I was too afraid to let them out. And the waves crash over Coney Island, so fast and so violent, they washed away. Ooh, they washed away. You painted waves on the window panes, like you were daring the hurricane to come
Island, they washed away. Yeah, they washed away. Thanks so much. So I was sitting there watching this crazy spectacle, and these women swallowing swords and eating fire just 10 feet in front of me, and I had this thought, and I think it's the thought that any of you would have in the same situation. I thought to myself, what would it be like to be in a relationship with a woman like that? I mean, come on. Now I'm happily married, and so I didn't want to find out the hard way. So I have songwriting as an outlet, so we get to kind of explore other possible lives. And so I wrote this song about how that might go down. Spoiler alert: it's not a good, doesn't end well. You were mysterious and beguiling, the queen of Coney Island, and your magic looked a lot like the truth. You lay back on that bed of nails. My life was so far off the rails, I thought that you might be the one to pull me through. Broken can fix broken, yeah. The blind can lead the blind. Just depends on where you're going and on what you hope to find. We got a bachelor's up in Queens, living loud and dying lean, but I swear that we were happy for a time. Like a sitcom with a laugh track, like a supermarket paperback. We both knew where this was going, and we wanted to take the ride, believing broken can fix broken. The blind can lead the blind. Oh, oh, oh. Just depends on where you're going and on what you hope to find. What did we hope to find? What did we hope to find? Well, I said, honey, where's your magic? And you said, baby, where's your music? And we said, New York City's eating up my heart. I guess that's where we left it, in that dumpster behind Leo's, with the mattress and the three-wheel shopping cart. Oh, and I was out there on the fire escape, watching them put up the police tape and thinking, I can't take this anymore. I knew you'd never let me in behind that sexy stage light grin. So I came inside and walked right out your front door. can fix broken. The blind can lead the blind. Just depends on where you're going and on what you hope to find. Where are we going? And what are we hoping to find? Thanks so much. Oh, if I could have you back for just one day, we'd end up fighting just the same. But I wouldn't have you any other way. If I could have you back for just one day. Your smile and just forget it for a while. I don't want comfort, yeah, I want to be inspired. And I don't want your light without your fire. And if you call me, I'd hang up the line. But not until I'd heard your breath and you'd heard mine. If I could give your memory away and just forget about the day when I held you close and I knew you could not stay. If I could give your memory away, so don't come over, I'll ask you to leave. But I will not take your key. And don't you call me, I'll hang up the line. But not until I've heard your breath and you'd heard mine. There's nothing simple about love. There's nothing simple about trust. There's nothing simple about any of us. There's no untangling the pain from all the joy your eyes contain. Keep coming back to this refrain. If I could, if I could have, if I could have you, if I could have you back, if I could have you back again someday. Thanks so much. I wanted to do that song because it's somehow my #1 song because it's on some playlist in Asia. And I don't even know what the playlist is because it's in Asian characters. And this is the world that we live in. Yes, and I'm forgetting it, which is why I'm saying Asia. Which I know is a pretty big part of the world. I want to say maybe Malaysia? Somewhere like that. But I also don't want to say it. Because I might be wrong, so I'm not going to say it. Okay. I didn't know about that. I'm glad I do now. Okay, so I'm going to play a new song now. Is that all right? I've literally never played this song ever in public for anybody. Which means I'll probably screw it up, but we're going into the sad song portion of the day, so. In a Von Bieker show, there's always going to be a pretty hefty sad song portion. We'll talk more about that later, I'm sure. Well, it's going to ask me why. Spoiler alert, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was rainy that day. I don't know. So this one, I mean, I know why this song is sad. So it was not that long ago. I was about to have the highlight of my musical career to date was about to happen. It was a very big moment for me. I was going to play a show, my second show in a month at a big folk club in Calgary. And I've been trying to get into playing big folk clubs for quite a while because they're really wonderful shows. You're usually playing for 200, 300, 400, 500 people. And they're all there. They're such good listeners. Just like, it's like you multiplied by 50 or something like that. Like, but just as wonderful people as you, just more. And it's like, it's such a beautiful thing that these folk clubs exist. And Prairie Song Alliance is starting a new folk club in Edmonton in the fall. So this is a slight plug for folk clubs in general. The Bison Lodge, which is going to be beautiful. So I was going down to Calgary to do the show. I was super excited about it. I've been waiting for it you sign the deals on these things usually a year in advance or more. So I've been waiting a long time. And like the Thursday before I was about to go, I got a phone call saying that my grandpa was in the hospital and he was probably going to die anytime. And I knew he wasn't a young man. He was probably, I think we were, about a month after that, we were going to all go to Saskatchewan and have this big family reunion to celebrate his 90th birthday. So he was almost 90. And am I screwing up your video, Paul? Should I be talking into this mic? Oh, I hate this. Okay. But I'm going to abide by it for you, Paul. So I get this phone call that he's in the hospital. He has like a cancer. It's very serious and very fast, and he's probably not going to be hanging on for very long. And he's been sick for the last few years, just not doing that great, but not with cancer. And so this is a new thing. And so I kind of immediately go to the hospital that day and see him and have our visits and everything. And it was sad, but a good visit. And he was kind of, lucid and everything. And it was a good visit. And, but now I have to go to Calgary with this kind of in the back of my mind that this, at any moment I might get a phone call saying that he's gone, and that may or may not have been the last time that I see him. And so I'm very stressed out, and I'm kind of like, it's just this weekend where something really important is happening, but I have all this other stuff falling apart in my life, and I'm trying to hold it all together, trying to be on this stage and be a professional in front of all these people. And the show was fine, but for some reason it just, it didn't, probably because I was not fully present, I didn't feel fully present. And then I get back to my hotel room, this beautiful hotel room in downtown Calgary. It was the whole corner they upgraded me to like a suite. So I had a king bed and windows on both sides overlooking all of Calgary. It was beautiful. And then I realized, oh, my bag's not here. And then I realized that I left my bag at the community hall, and it was like 11:45 at night, and nobody was at the community hall now. And that bag had my glasses, most importantly, which I cannot see without, and definitely cannot drive without. I have contacts in now, but I wear daily, like, disposable contacts. So that's all I had, was this pair of disposable contacts that I've been wearing all day. And all my clothes, all my underwear, all my toothpaste, like everything was in this bag. And I just had to come to terms with the fact that I was not going to have this bag. So I went to sleep like so stressed. I basically put my contacts in water. I went and scoured my car. I found a stick of deodorant because we carry it around for whenever we need to. Well, I don't need to make fun of somebody. I don't need to throw somebody under the bus, but let's say there's a loved one in our lives that we just have deodorant in the car in case it's needed at any time. So I was like, yes, I have this stick of deodorant. And I had an empty contact lens case, disposable contact case. So I brought that in and I filled it with water, put my contacts there beside the bed and tried to fall asleep. Somehow I did fall asleep. I get woken up at 8 a.m. by a phone call from my uncle. And the phone call is not that my grandpa has died, but the phone call is that my grandpa has been worried that he's not going to go to heaven. And would I be willing to have a conversation with him when I get back into town? I was about to drive back into town and take my sister and other people to go visit him again. Now, there's a lot of backstory about me that you need to know why I would be the one person that they would phone to have this conversation. But I have a Bible college degree that I'm not using currently, but spent 4 years of my life studying theology and spent some time after that working in churches. And even though I'm not very involved in that world anymore, I'm still somehow the only person in the entire family that could have this conversation. And so now I had to go pick up my bag, which someone had taken for me, thank goodness. So I was able to get my stuff. My contacts went in my eyes and only hurt a little bit. So I was able to get home. But as I'm driving home, I am processing that I'm driving into this conversation where I have to somehow convince somebody that they're going to heaven when they die. And I don't even know if I believe that. And I'm like, how can I give somebody hope that I'm not sure I can feel myself? I'm not sure I have that level of belief within myself at this point. And I also somehow had miraculously kept this little piece of paper that my grandpa had given me 10 years before that was if you could learn these 2 songs for me, that would be great, because these were these were people who speak to me in my time or whatever. And it was a Ian Tyson song and Gary Felgard. Ian Tyson and Gary Felgard, I think. Any Gary Felgard fans in the room? Yeah, excellent. So I'm driving home just listening to these 2 songs on repeat, so at least I know what they sound like, because I've literally never heard them in my life. And I'm like, I think I'm going to bring my guitar in. I'm going to play these songs for my grandpa, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to try and tell this story without crying, but if I cry, it's okay, because this is a fresh story. We're allowed to cry, right? We're allowed to cry. So I get there. I get there and I get to the hospital and they pull me in right away and they say, he's in here, and all the family's in there. And so my aunt brings me in and then basically asks everybody to leave so that I can have a conversation. Can you feel the stress in your body? I'm like, okay, here we go. So I sit down beside the bed. It's just me and my grandpa, and try and have this conversation. And I realize, very shortly that he's answering me in all these non sequiturs, just language that's not related to what I'm saying to him at all. And so I'm like, so I hear that you've been thinking a lot about heaven lately or something like that. And he's just like, yeah, that's good or something, it's just, and I'm like, I can't, he's not, like, we're 2 days too late for this conversation because he was so drugged up by this point that he couldn't carry a conversation. So I talked to him, I just try and tell him, I think what I tried to say is, I think if you're ready for God, God is ready for you up there. That's kind of what I tried to tell him, and that's as good of a hope as I could give him. And he reached out at one point and just did a little squeeze. So I just sat there and he just kind of pumped my hand like a heartbeat for 2 minutes? I don't know. And that spoke so much to me just about how when we think we have everything all kind of figured out about the way the world works, and it kind of doesn't, it often just falls away in these kind of moments. And so I wrote this song about that. When the words fall short, when the words fall short, would you hold my hand? When there's nothing left to say, nothing left to understand, I want to tell you there's a heaven, and that I'm sure that's where we'll go. I want to tell you all the things I wish. I want to tell you that the things you wish you'd never done will fall away and melt like snow. I want to offer you that certainty that I can't seem to hold. I want to say it like we both believe before I have to go. Before you have to go. When the words fall short, when the words fall short, would you just hold my hand? When there's nothing left to say, nothing left to understand, the nurse comes in to check on you, and the question that you ask, are you going to a nightclub? Don't make any sense, but it makes us laugh. And you know laughter is a funny thing, the way it warms a heart, protects us from the suffering, and lets the healing start. Lets the healing start. Thanks. Thanks for letting me get a little bit weepy. Music is good for a lot of things. It's good for getting a little bit weepy, I think. I have a record out there called Dumb Hope. How are we here for time, Paul? 2 songs? Is that all right? Yeah? I got a record out there called Dumb Hope, and yeah, I guess without saying too much, it's kind of a record about how to still kind of wake up in the morning in times like that. And all the weird, crazy times that we're living through right now. Kind of wrote this song during COVID, which I thought, pardon me, was like the peak of how weird and terrible the world could get. This song is sadly still very relevant today. Mentioned a little bit about the weather earlier, but I do really have some mental health challenges, and mental health challenges run in my family pretty deeply. And so hope for me is kind of not an optional thing. It's kind of a mandatory survival skill. And having hope while the world is burning can feel pretty stupid sometimes. A little dumb. So that's where this song comes from. Dumb hope, it keeps me happy, but it keeps me broke. Don't I know? Dumb hope, some days I wish it let me go, but it won't. Nah. Speaking of this song, it should be taking on new relevance. Every time I sing the line about being broke this last week, I'm reminded that we have just inducted our first trillionaire into the world. Standing ankle deep in the ice caps, and I'm holding your hand. It's just another week of holding time back, but it feels like taking a stand. There's a warm front moving in from 1980. Another old war is heating up again tonight, and I'm just trying to survive without taking someone's life. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? Or am I fighting to pretend that we're not coming to the end? Or just trying to make it across the line with all my closest friends? And oh, it keeps me happy, but it keeps me broke. Don't I know? Dumb hope. Some days I wish it let me go, but it won't. This crazy, stupid hope. Well, you can plant another flower in the garden and turn a little of that fading sun into one more beautiful and slowly dying thing. One more mirror held up to everyone. Or am I fighting to pretend that we're not coming to the end? Or just trying to make it across the line with all my closest friends? And dumb hope, it keeps me happy, but it keeps me broke. Don't I know? days I wish it let me go, but it won't. This crazy, stupid hole. Refreshing the feed, it never refreshes me. No, I've been feeling so damned tired, like some living machine. I'm just programmed to need so much more, 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 more all the time. Oh, untie me from these wires. I'll take my dumb home, 'cause it keeps me happy, even if it keeps me broke. Don't I know? Dumb home. Some days I wish you let me go, but it won't. Dumb home. It keeps me happy, but it keeps me broke. Don't I know? Dumb home. Some days I wish you let me go, but it won't. This crazy, stupid hole. Thanks so much. Okay, I'm going to end with this little upbeat number to send you off on your way for a little break, a little potty break. Timing, good timing, Paul? Perfect, okay. I wrote an album about hope, which was really hard for me to do. And then I thought, what would be even harder than that? How about an album about joy? And that is proving very difficult. But that's what I'm working on right now. And this is a song from that record that I'm really having a lot of fun playing and feeling a lot of joy when I play. So I'm going to play it for you now and send you off for some joyful potty breaks. It's called Head On Straight. I've been trying lately, keep my head on straight, keep both feet on the ground. Trying smiles on it, I think I like the feeling, I think I'm ready for it now. I've been a closed door, I've been a tight fist, looking so hard that I almost missed it. Dog-eared wish book before Christmas, tear up the whole list, 'cause every second is a gift. Time is a razor blade, it cuts you clean before you have a chance to bleed. Time is a hot tar haze, sets my bare feet dancing, but it's dancing that we need. I've been a tight fist, I've been a closed door, looking so high that I almost didn't know what I was looking for. A dog-eared whisper before Christmas, tear up the whole damn list, 'cause every second is a gift. I've been letting go of my body. Foolish feet tapping time. Tap, 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 tap. Stretch and grow into something holy. Escape the cage of my mind. Escape the cage of my mind. Escape the cage of my mind. 'Cause I wanna live before I die. I wanna live before I die. Every second is a gift. All right, well, I certainly need a break after that. I don't know about you. We're going to take a little break, and then Paul's going to grill me with some really hardball questions. I don't know any of the questions. I'm not prepared.
Neither do I, so let's no,
Great.
I'm just kidding. No, this is, yeah, thank you for being here, Dave. This is just a lovely treat.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
It's nice to think about a show in a very different way than I think about a lot of shows, so this is a nice format.
Well, and if you don't know, Dave hosts a similar kind of format too at Bent Stick, which happens on, is it the third Sunday?
Usually the first Sunday.
Okay. First Sunday is Bent Ear, and often there's it's a singer-songwriter deal. I've done it, and we get to showcase our music there, and then similarly, there's an interview component, and Dave
I
reads
got
some
to grill Paul with questions, so this is
some
only fair.
poetry and trivia. So there will be no poetry and no trivia, but there will be some questions, and it's equally lovely. So. Grateful that you're such an activator yourself, my friend. So I'm going to start with a softball, and then we'll get into it here. So,
Okay.
I mean, you're very active, very
Hyperactive.
hyperactive. Yeah. Committed to your craft as a musician, and have been for years. But you've been creating for a long time. So I wonder if you could just take us back in time a little bit to tell us, when did creating start for you? When did you kind of know that you had this itch to create, and how did that look for you when you were little Dave? How did that look as a young creative, and how did you foster that?
Just a side note, I've been handed 2 photographs of myself as a young boy
Yeah.
wearing a bow tie, and I had forgotten about that for decades.
Did you have a mustache also when you?
I also had a mustache. Yeah. So I have quite a poor memory, actually. My memory is quite bad, and so I have a difficult time with questions about that kind of thing. Well, I should say maybe this is normal, but I just think in like kind of disconnected images.
Sure.
So like vignettes. I can't really. So hopefully that's helpful. I can just give you a few vignettes that I remember. I remember when I was 8 years old, going to Zeller's with my own money and buying Michael Jackson's Bad on cassette. I remember that very clearly. Yeah, and it was one of the cassettes that, remember, they were really tall. They'd be in like this useless plastic thing so that they could merchandise them and you could flip through them. So it was this cassette in this giant plastic cartridge, and it was my own money, and I was so proud of it. I remember my dad and my stepmom went to Universal Studios or something. Didn't take us kids. We stayed home. but they brought back a keyboard, some sort of like Casio or something keyboard. And I remember just playing that. I remember working out the soundtrack to Jurassic Park, which sounds pretty nerdy when I say it out loud, but I must have spent hours trying to play that. That and Forrest Gump, two of the most beautiful soundtracks of all time.
Equally beautiful to
and
each
I
other.
would just learn them by ear. My mom is like pretty severely mentally ill, and my parents split up when I was quite young, when I was about 8. And so I spent most of my time, or a lot of my time, living with my mom, and she was pretty unwell. And so she's one of the many things that she deals with is manic depression. So she gets really depressed, but then she gets really manic. And so she would get really manic and like enroll me in drums lessons and buy me a drum kit. And all of a sudden I'd be playing drums and I'd have a drum kit, and then like, I don't know, in my mind it feels like a long time, but maybe it was only like a matter of 2 months or something later. We would have to sell the drum kit, and we would need the money because we were always on welfare and stuff and lived in public housing. So at various times, I think the very first thing I was put in my hand was a violin when I was 4. And I don't remember for how long I played that. I think there was a saxophone at some point.
Oh, geez.
I tried to make sounds on, unsuccessfully. There were drums.
Well, I'm sure you successfully made sounds.
I made sounds. Well, that's one of the few instruments where it's hard to actually even make a sound on it. Like that's just level 1. Make noise out of this. Is that a good enough answer?
It's a great answer.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
As far back as I can remember, there was music. My mom had a great record collection. I remember we had Dan Fogelberg.
Okay, yeah.
And Dan Fogelberg, Nobody Gonna Break My Stride.
Yeah.
Is that Dan Fogelberg?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man, what a song. So that we playing on vinyl. She had the first Tracy Chapman record that played like crazy. That was probably a cassette, but that played like crazy. Supertramp, I think we had.
I'm hearing all kinds of songs that I'm hoping that you cover soon. That's what I'm.
It's all just seeped into my blood. And then my mom herself, when she had more control of her motor skills and stuff, was a really good, really talented, creative person herself. And she played a lot of classical guitar. And I barely remember that, but I'm sure growing up I heard her playing Stairway to Heaven or something on classical guitar.
That quintessential classical guitar song. Stairway to Heaven.
It is.
It is. Yeah.
It is on classical guitar, right? I think.
Yes, it is.
It certainly sounds like it. Yeah. Very medieval.
Yeah.
Needs a lute. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that.
So, speaking of Forrest Gump, yeah, there you go. You learn more than just the Forrest Gump theme song. That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. So when we first met, you were working with Bleeding Heart, and we at that time talked a lot about creatives in community and the importance of supporting that effort. And as long as I've known you, that's been something that has been a high value for you. So can you just talk a little bit about how, as you've grown as an artist and you've been very intentional about pressing into your own career and developing your own art, developing your own call it following, developing your own maybe brand. I'm trying to think of the word, but through all of that, this sensibility seems to have followed you of
empire. The word you're looking for is empire.
Yeah, I was trying to. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the bow tie empire. But the strong sensibility of keeping community close. I've often heard you talk about the great care with which you foster things, like even your email list as it grows. It feels like a great responsibility for you. So can you just?
How many people are on my email list in this room?
Yeah.
How many people enjoy being on my email list? How many of you feel
good?
Yeah, so.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, that's
good.
right.
Yeah.
See, my email list is full of honest, beautiful, honest people.
Yeah. So
I do love my email list.
Yeah, and that's which is I appreciate it about you because it's more than just a marketing tactic. And the question I have for you around this is just is how that value of community has stayed so strong for you as you have continued to develop this this career of yours in music. How have you maintained that focus and not lost sight of it? Has it been intentional for you? Has it just felt natural for you? Has it been accidental?
Yeah, no, I think it's been very intentional. I think it does have, kind of selfish benefits when you're trying to build a career to kind of ingratiate yourself in the community, for sure.
Yep.
But I think it goes beyond that. I think for me, it's just something that I need personally. I have always felt like pretty alienated in a lot of the social situations I've been in.
Yeah.
Growing up, I felt like a real nerd. It might have been the mustache when I was like 5. No, I never had a mustache until like 6 months ago. I never thought I could grow one. And look, I mean, you never know what you're capable of, everybody. It's never too late, okay?
You never thought you could be cooler, and here you are.
Yeah. No, but I grew up like a real nerd, and I just sucked at sport. Every kind of sport you could imagine. I wasn't good at any of them. And if you're a guy, that's really the only thing that matters in school. Like if you can't do that, you're not going to be cool. So I was not cool. And then this is going to be okay. I'll try and give you a short answer.
It can be the answer that feels right.
So I had a lot of trauma growing up with the divorce stuff, and especially with my mom's mental health and all that was pretty. I ended up kind of living on my own by the time I was 16, and there's heavy stuff I won't get into because it was rough. It was really rough, and I had to kind of grow up pretty fast, and there was a church community that really I felt like saved my life. And I had some real mentors in that community that really kind of took me in and made me feel welcome, made me feel like I had a family, made me feel like I had a home there. And I think I reacted so strongly to that I really just dove all in. And, within like a year, I had enrolled in Bible college and went and got this degree, and this was going to be my whole identity and my whole life now, because I've been kind of accepted so wholeheartedly by this community that I wanted to now be kind of embody that. But there was always this kind of thing in the back that was this creative urge that I wanted to make things. And when you want to make things, you want to break things. Does that make sense as well? And when you want to break things and you want to question things and you want to find the edges of things, that's not always. My perception was that it was not always welcome within kind of an organized religious community, and that I was kind of dishonoring God by being a creative person. I went through like a long period of time where that was my understanding of kind of the Bible and the way that Christianity works in the world, and so. My choice was to kind of suppress everything creative in myself, which I tried to do for many years. And then I became a miserable,
SOB.
mentally unhealthy person. Yeah, and so when I kind of came out the end of that and saw that was all BS, and that, whether you're religious or not, like if God is anything, he's in the Bible, he's a creator. Like the very first chapter is God creating the world. So I don't know how I believed this lie for so long, but I really did. And then when I was like, oh, wait a second, I don't have to give up like everything I value to be a person who has some faith in something in this world. That felt like a real gift to me, and I wanted to share that. I wanted to help other people experience that because it felt like a real freedom to me. And so that's kind of how that's kind of where Bleeding Heart, that whole project came out of. And I really started in that phase of my life to develop a really deep heart for artists. and love for artists of all kinds. And so even as I've kind of moved more out of the structures of the church and that kind of thing, I have kept that part very active, I guess, if that makes sense. That's kind of what my passion is now.
Yeah, that shows up.
Because I find home here, so I want other people to find home.
Yeah, and I there's a question I have about some of the other hats you wear, but it reminds me of so in one of the other hats, if you don't know, Dave is an amazing producer and an engineer, sound engineer, and he has a studio called Small Enough, and he gives this amazing gift to the community, where he has this thing called the Indy 500, where you can apply at Small Enough if you're someone who's an independent artist who's never recorded before, and if you have a single that you want to produce, you can apply to have it produced with Dave, and he will. If you're successful in the application process, he will record that thing, and there are some other goodies that go along with that for $500, which is just a bananas deal, and get you into the world in a way that you weren't before, and it's just such an incredible gift that you give to folks, and so. Thank you for having this heart for artists that you do.
Yeah, you're supposed to be harder on me than this, though.
Yeah. Well, okay.
It's just an advertisement for me at this point.
I am curious about this. So you're a songwriter, you're a producer, you're a performer, you're a designer. If you didn't know this either, so Dave's got
badminton player.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, pickleball coach.
Pickleball coach.
So you've got all these hats that you can wear. So when I think about this metaphor of someone who has,
and ironically, I can't wear hats.
A lot of really.
Yeah,
oh,
they make me look like a 12-year-old boy.
Oh, okay. So
but not anymore. Since the mustache, I can wear hats. Actually, I wore a hat like this a couple weeks ago. I was like, this doesn't make me look like a 12-year-old boy.
Aviators, you would crush.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
So when I think of all of these hats, like this metaphor of hats came to mind as I was thinking about this. Are you like do you find yourself having to wear one hat at a time, so to speak, or are you a bit of a human hat rack where at any given moment you're like I can be all of these things at one time, and sort of see, so if you're writing a song and you think, okay, I'm a songwriter, but I'm seeing this through a production lens, or like because most of us are only one or two of those things, but you happen to be all of them.
Yeah, I think it does. Everything feeds into the whole, right?
Yeah.
Everything kind of feeds into each other, which is great. I mean, I try and do things. I've had to work continually on developing a no that I know what I have to say no to.
Yeah.
To try and kind of move into. I've tried to move into a space where everything in my world is involving music in some way.
Yeah.
Even the design and stuff, so that it does feed into each other more. But that's a real challenge for sure. I mean, I was just working on trying to get the new songs prepared for tonight that I wanted to play, and revisiting songs that are on the upcoming record. And I'm like, man, I need to take 3 days to sit down and finish writing this record. And I've had a hard time finding that time because you're doing all these other things, right? So it does feed into each other, but I think the focused work is pretty compartmentalized.
Yeah.
Like you kind of have to set time aside or it doesn't get done.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Both. It's both and.
So the answer is yes. All right.
The answer is yes.
Yeah. Got it. All right. Okay. So this is maybe the trickiest question that I'll ask.
I'm so here for it.
Because I'm curious about this personally. So, and I had this in mind, and then you started talking about being intentional about finding hope and joy as a person who walks this journey of being intentional about staying healthy mentally. And I can relate to that, and I think I'm probably not the only one in the room that can. And so
pretty well adjusted.
Yeah. So, but I wanted to ask about that because it sounds like, that requires real intention, right? Or real awareness in any case.
Yeah, and limitations, which I hate.
Yeah,
Like admitting my limitations.
Right.
Which I really am not a fan of.
And that's, I guess that's, I suppose, the question is as this awareness, as you have this awareness of, I have this reality that I'm living with, and yet I'm choosing to see joy or hope, or find joy or hope in the world. Are there strategies, or is there some kind of a cheat code that you have that you can, ways that you have kind of approached life that you can sort of say, here are the ways that I find joy, because I have to be intentional about it, maybe more intentional than the average person, that you can share about that if you're willing to.
Yeah, good weather helps.
Yeah.
So sunshine, which I have no control over, but I mean, I don't have problems on sunny days usually. Yeah, the two things are sleep and exercise.
Okay. Yeah.
Like realizing how, I think when I started taking medication, which was maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, I really realized, started to realize that the brain is like a physical thing.
Yeah.
We think of like mind, spirit, body. There's kind of this amorphous like spirit thing that's out here that's not connected, but the brain is so much it's just a part of your body, and we treat mental health so differently than we treat anything else, you know. So if you have a broken leg, no one's gonna bat an eye with you using crutches to get around. Of course you'd use crutches to get around, but if it's something that's, your brain is broken in some way, that's so much more complicated. And I know that from living with my mom for so long, and getting like pissed off at her all the time, like knowing what's going on, but it's still so hard to separate and say like, okay, this is a mental health thing, not somebody just being a terrible person thing or whatever, right? And so treating, like just taking care of my body that it actually makes a huge difference. So I have to work out every day. I still don't really like it. It's been so many years. I thought it would catch on, but it hasn't really. But I try and work out for close my rings every day. And that makes a big difference. If I stay up, past 11:30 for like 3 nights in a row, I'm going to start feeling terrible and really stressed and have anxiety. And there's just things I know that if I let them slip, I'm going to start feeling all this anxiety, and I'm just going to start, my OCD is going to flare up, and all these, like my brain is just going to start spiraling. And I kind of have control over that a little bit. So I try and grab those levers that I have, right? And then, and maybe this is a good segue, songwriting, Paul. But in all honesty, songwriting is really a way that I've processed a lot of the things I'm going through, because I'm a real external. I often don't know what I think about something until, this is why I like having these conversations, because I don't know the answers until I say them out loud. That makes sense? Yeah. It's like the speaking is the way that I think, and the writing is the way that I think. So if I don't get it out of me onto paper, into a song, I actually don't even necessarily know how I can process those things, sense. So it's a great tool for sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you. It's been a great conversation.
Good questions.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Of course. Is there any parting thought that you'd like to leave us with before we let you sing us a few more songs?
Oh, if anybody's free on Monday night, we're having a house concert at my house. Eva Cabande from Mexico, and she plays guitar, sings in Spanish, maybe English. Did she sing English as well, or all Spanish? All Spanish. She has a percussionist with her. So if you like this, talk to me and come to our house and do this again, because
if you like this,
she's coming all the way from Mexico.
But you want to do it in Spanish.
If you like this, but you would like it to be in Spanish, yeah. No, that's it.
Okay. Well, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, we're gonna let Dave sing us a few more songs here.
All right, I'll just do a few so you can get you out of here on a reasonable hour here. But thank you again all for being here. Okay, I'm gonna do another brand new one. Is that okay? Because it kind of related to some of what Paul and I were talking about. I'm gonna pull this over here. Make these words really big. We just did a Big Lebowski show in a bowling alley on Sunday night. And it was so much fun, but I had to learn all these lyrics to other people's songs, and so I have no space to learn my own songs right now. My own new songs. You know what? They were actually great. Oddly great. Because the ceilings were low and they have these huge like curtains along the walls, and I think that helped. They were oddly good. This will be on the new record, I think. I still feel the mystery beaming through a set of stained glass windows. Carpet to my knees, you know it gets me every time. Now the smell of sage, the taste of old bread from a shaking hand. Silver to my lips and drinking, healing vein to vein. You had all the answers, and I had all the need. Everything was simpler when I believed. You ask for faith like children's. Well, a child is always asking questions. Why and how long till we get there? How come life's not fair? I thought this was hide and seek, but you still haven't come for me. I'm suffocating in the closet, darkness all I see. You have all the answers, I have all the need. Everything was simpler when I believed. Stage confessions, altar calls, bad impressions of the televangelist, demanding dollars, wielding holy fear. No protections, none at all. They tore us from our sacred shell. Get to heaven straight through hell, or leave. We've got our head count now. Answers, and I had all the need. Everything was simpler when I believed. I still feel the mystery shining through a set of stained glass windows. Light refracted through the broken. Something in that still, I'm hoping. All right, counting down. Just two more now. I'm gonna play this one, and then I think Paul, you want to sing one with me at the end? Paul and I used to be in a band together for a short amount of time. produced one fantastic song. No, so many good songs. I'm going to play this one for you. First, this is another song that's going to be on the new record. When I was trying to think of things that have brought me joy in life, it's often from the crazy experiences I get in and eccentric people that I get to meet. And there's few people I've ever met in life more eccentric than Ed Larson. Not the creator of the Far Side comics, although his name is also Ed Larson. And I wouldn't be surprised to find out that they are the same person. But as far as I know, this is a different Ed Larson. I used to travel quite regularly to Santa Fe, New Mexico, and it is my favorite place in the world. And one day, when things change geopolitically, I will go back. But before the world shut down in 2020, I got to bring my family there with me, not knowing it would be the last time I'd be there in a very long time. And I wanted to introduce them to Ed Larson. So Ed Larson is a folk artist. He's like he does the kind of art that like Pee-wee's Playhouse is made out of, kind of like just like crazy puppets and like just paintings and puppets and sculptures and like everything. He's wild. And he used to have this right in Santa Fe. He used to have this quirky. It used to be a horse stable, and they turned it into an art gallery. And there was like art on every inch of every wall in there. And before you walked in, there was a big wooden fish over the door, and it said, "Jesus says buy folk art." That was his. So that was Ed Larson's fantastic sense of humor. And so that's where I met him, and I would go every year when I would go to New Mexico. I'd visit this gallery, and as things do, as the way of cities, some new landlord came in and took over that building and decided that whatever more money they could get out of rent was worth more than having Ed Larson stay in there, and he had been there for 30 years. And so he had to pack up, I think in his late 80s, he had to pack up all of his stuff and get out of his studio. And so he took it all to his home, and now I knew that he had a studio at his house, and you could go and visit Ed and his wife Bonnie at their home. And this is kind of a daunting thing to do, to phone, even though you're invited, it's kind of a scary thing to do. And my family, again, thought I was weird, dragging them on another strange adventure. But we did go, and I'm really glad we went. And this is the song I wrote about it. It's called Wonderful Ed, because apparently when Ed had his studio in Santa Fe, every day he would make a new piece of art, and he would bring it out to show the people, and they would say, "Oh, that's wonderful, Ed." So that became his nickname, Wonderful Ed. Several summers back, the southwest sun is beating down. We drive half the mountain to an old adobe house. The yard is overtaken, but a sign is peeking out for Ed the artist, Wonderful Ed. AM radio pulls us into an old workshop full of wood and tools and paint, a shed that time forgot, not a person to be found. So we sneak through the weeds to the front door, but no one answers. So much for plans. We did that once. That really happened. The tides of vibrant life were lapping all upon our shore. I pray for more. I pray for more. Just as we are leaving, Bonnie comes out with the trash. And she puts down her garbage bags and welcomes us all back. Ed becomes our tour guide, shuffling strides and wild white hair. Every canvas, another story. And most of them are true, I think. The shore leave girls he kissed, the Navy boys too much to drink, and all that nakedness. Cowboys riding horses on some long forgotten range, all of their eyes trying to say, we did that once, we really happened. The tides of vibrant life were lapping all upon our shore. We prayed for more, we prayed for more. After, at their table, over cookies and sweet tea, we know we should buy something to hold this memory. We settle on some little birds Ed made, scrap wood and wire. We choose the robin, can't afford the cardinal. And we hug Bonnie, shake Ed's hand and close the door behind us. We haven't made it off the porch when Ed runs out to find us. Cardinal hidden in his shirt, so Bonnie won't find out, says, take 'em both. That cardinal's perched upon my shelf, a way that I remind myself I did that once. That really happened. The tides of vibrant life were lapping all upon my shore. And I pray for more. 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 It's another skill that I have, Paul, that you didn't bring up in your list of praise. I can make a single beer last all night.
That's amazing. I cannot do that. I can't make a single beer last 5 minutes. So that
Makes my wife so angry.
Well, this is a nice treat. Thanks, Dave.
I'm gonna stand for this one. You don't have to, but I'm gonna stand
Yeah, there you
so
go.
that we can be the same height.
Yeah.
Do I remember how to play this song? It's been a while.
Do I remember how to sing this song? This is the definition of unplanned. This is good.
We'll get there. We're in the neighborhood.
Here we go.
So I wrote this song. I was through all my gear in the back of my car. I was driving out to Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, because that's what a badass rock star does. And I was having my first little tour where I was playing a show in a different city. Might have been at a friend's house, but it was still in a different city. And I felt so cool. And I'd just been watching the series Tales from the Tour Bus. Anybody seen that? Oh, it's so good. It's like there's one season that's all about outlaw country music and one season that's all about funk. And it's animated by Mike Judge, the guy who does Beavis and Butthead and stuff. So it's interviews with people, but then it's animated, and it's the weirdest show, but it's this great introduction, especially the outlaw country thing is like. So I was just learning about how these guys all either smoked cocaine or had guns on them or both at all time.
At the same time.
Do you smoke cocaine? They ate cocaine.
I wouldn't know,
That's
Dave.
what you do, right? They all drank cocaine and smoked guns. They were a wild bunch. Anyway, so I had the kind of this outlaw country stuff flowing through my brain, and I was driving away from home just going to play a show, leaving my family in the dust.
That's right. Nothing but in the red of your taillights.
In the red of my taillights, yeah. And this song kind of rose up, and I'm not such a badass that I would pull up my phone and record it while I'm driving, of course. So I had to find a place to pull off the road, and so it was like 45 minutes later. I turned off the radio. I was just singing this chorus over and over so I wouldn't forget it. And then I pulled into, have you done this, Jessica? Yes. Yeah. We're such nerds, hey? What a nerd story. So I pulled off and I wrote the rest of this song in the shadow of one of my favorite signs in the world, and it is this like really oversized sign for the Manville Motel in Manville, Alberta. Anybody been to Manville, Alberta? You're going on Monday? Whoa.
No.
Fresh. Oh, cool.
Oh.
Okay, nice.
Well, this is the song that puts the man in Manville.
Puts the man in Manville, that's right. Yeah. The only thing I really know about Manville is that they have the Manville Motel, and which I don't even know is actually a motel still, and the only place you can pee is in the public library. Yeah.
And the parking lot of the Manville Motel.
Well, maybe the gas station, but I went in the grocery store, no bathroom. I had to go to the library to pee. What kind of a world is that? They should have a sign. I agree.
Like so, like where they have like the sign that shows you like where you can eat with like the little fork and plates, and like whatever. But then just like the dude like at a urinal,
just peeing on a pile of books,
just peeing, peeing in the library. It's like everybody knows what it means. Just pee at the library.
Yeah. So if you're ever driving by Manville and you find yourself needing to go, find the library and you'll be in good hands. Okay.
Well, on that note.
Shoulders on the yellowhead. No, that's later. Yeah. Here we go.
It's gonna be great.
We'll start again. Painted red grain elevator blocking out the sky. It was a good idea once, but all ideas die. Some dreams just fade away, but others, well, they're killed. And if you want me to come home, I will. If you want me to come home, you know I will. Oh. Shoulders on the yellowhead, they're painted prairie white. Snow will still be glowing in the middle of the night, and I'll be drowning out your memory with alcohol and pills. But if you want me to come home, I will. If you want me to come home, you know I will. Just say you love me, and I'll turn around. It's been so long since I heard that sound. Say you need me, and I'll be there. Drawn in like a magnet to the hope that you still care. It's easy to get lost beneath these endless bone gray skies. I could tell you where I've been, but I can't tell you why. How can I pay my dues when I can't even pay my bills? Well, if you want me to come home, you know I will. See the glow green numbers searching on the radio. Reception's getting worse the further that I go. Old news is on the AM, crackling and shrill. Well, if you want me to come home, you know I will. Say you love just weakness keeps me coming back to home. Maybe there's nobility in standing out alone like that silver silo rising up atop the hill. Well, if you want me to come home, I will. If you want me to come home, you know I will.
Dave Von Bieker, everybody.
Paul Jensen, everybody.
Well, thanks, Dave. Thank you all for coming out for a lovely evening and for supporting local. Thanks for supporting Little Brick. Thanks to Jenny and Little Brick and the team for having us.
Yes.
And yeah, very grateful to all of you. So stay tuned for what's next. We've got Susan Isaac coming up in July. So stay tuned for tickets. Those are going to go on sale here right away. And yeah, have a lovely evening, everyone.
And don't leave without giving me your email.
Oh, yeah.
Or I
Email?
will, you know, I've shared how mentally unstable I am today. I don't want to say that my mental health depends on you giving me your email address, because no, I'm not going to say that. But I do think it's a good email list, and you'll find out wherever I'm going to be playing next. Which I think the very next show that I'm doing is the same as the next show, big show you're doing maybe, which is I'm going to be at Wild Oats and Notes Festival next weekend, which I'm really excited about. And then after that, I'm going to be at the Open Mic Fest, which is in Sherbrooke Community on the 4th of July. And David, you're playing there? Anyone else? Are we all playing there? Everybody in this room playing there?
Yeah.
At least 3 of us are going to be there on July 4th at the Sherbrooke Community League. So that's going to be a really fun day. So maybe we'll see you there.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone.